quick, shots that, are, as we say, that aren't in our shot profile. And when everybody's touching it, like I've said before, and the ball's humming around and we're flying around, I feel like that's when we're at our best. And obviously, when we get into, winning time, 3-4 minutes, we have sets that JB likes and we like that get the ball in the right guy's hands and get guys shots that we feel give us the best opportunity to win.
How much, George, did the last 2 days of having spirited practices?
I mean, I don't want to say that because you lose out on a chance to win $500,000, but yeah, sure, they were great for us in moving forward. Especially, we've been banged up, so it was good for guys to get healthy and then to get some good reps in practice at what we needed to work on. And I think the biggest thing for us is doing it, harder, faster, stronger for longer, and stacking days. And like I said, I was talking on the radio. It was like we need to stack quarters, games, days, weeks, months to continue to grow into what we can be, because we've shown glimpses of what we look like when we really play well.
That moment late in the third quarter where you made that three and Darius hopped on your back and everybody pumped you up on the sideline.
Yeah.
What was that like, and why was that such a big moment?
I just think, we just have a team that's always willing to pick up the next guy. And, it was just one of those moments where it was just a momentum or energy changer, and they were happy for me. And I think there's been moments where I've been happy for them. It's kind of like how a team works. You never let a guy get too low, and not that I was low, but they were pumping me up, and it's always a good feeling.
So you guys built the big lead, and then they started cutting into it a few different times in the second half.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you held off every run that they tried to mount. Does that show you a sign of growth? What does that show you?
I think that's huge for us, right? Because early on in the year, we were losing a couple of those games, and you never want to have compounding, mistakes that lead to the same type of losses, right? And I think we've done a good job from learning from them. We've lost in all types of variety of ways this year, but I think, like I said before, we're doing a good job of building and staying consistent to our process and how we do things, and when we do that, we're a really good team.
Do you see and feel progress within the group?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you have guys like Darius and Donovan that can create against anybody in space, and then you have lob threats at the rim like Jared and Evan, and how they can finish around the rim and offer different dynamics. And then you had Max with shooting, then you had Isaac, who is, I would say, an elite, at the rim finisher, for the chances that he does have at the rim, and an elite defender. We have a lot of pieces that give us a lot of depth and allow us to play a lot of different ways, which is key in this league, because as you see, sometimes there's two bigs, sometimes there's one big, sometimes we can go two bigs and force them to have to make a decision because we have two bigs that can play, but then we've added shooting. There's a lot of different dynamics, but we need to continue to play with the pass and continue to be unselfish, and I think the sky's the limit for this team.
Thanks.
I only got two. Playing through all of those whistles in the second quarter, how difficult is it to stick to that game plan and play the right way through that?
Yeah, I think you just have to be consistent in who you are. We're trying to be a more physical team every single night, and that's who we want to be, and we're not going to waver for anybody. So, obviously sometimes it's frustrating, but if you continue to push through, good things will happen, as you can see. It's a nice stick, isn't it?
What?
Thanks for the compliment. It's got to be encouraging that you guys did stick with it, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any quit in this team.
Yeah.
We're going to go to bat and go to war every single night, regardless. So nothing is going to stop that. I mean, obviously it's frustrating. Max is probably leading the league in technical fouls right now, but we'll continue to stick with each other and bounce back.
And then George-centric question. You're really demonstrative out there. Where'd you get that from?
I've always been emotional, play with the chip on my shoulder. Hey, great game, lad. And that's just who I am. And I play with a chip on my shoulder. I'm emotional, and I try to liven up the group, and I also let people know when things need to get done. And that's just who I am.